I'm Iris Ruth Pastor, and today on Small Talk, we will be chatting with Rabbi Eckstein, who is the founder and president of the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, which is IFCJ, and he is also the upcoming speaker for Tampa, Pinellas, and Pasco County's joint campaign kickoff and major gifts event on Wednesday evening, November 17th at the Grand Hyatt. So welcome, Rabbi Eckstein from Jerusalem.
Thank you, and shalom and erev tov here. Good evening.
First of all, fostering respect among Christians and Jews and Muslims is something that you have dedicated the past 35 years to achieving. And I've also come to understand that you write prolifically on that subject. You appear frequently on TV and on radio programs talking about it. And you've also been the winner of over 20 awards from the Israeli Prime Minister's office for your tireless work. Why is your message that you're going to be bringing us in Tampa, why is it especially relevant to us today?
Well, there are two dimensions to my work. One is building bridges of understanding and healing and cooperation between Christians and Jews who have been estranged from one another for 2,000 years, and to try to change history by building bridges between them. The focus of my work over these past 35 years has been with a group that has not been part of the dialogue historically, and that's called evangelical Christians, roughly. They are about 1/3 of the American population. We've seen their influence all over politically just now with the Tea Party and the breadth of the Republican arm, heavily rooted in evangelicalism. And secondly, in the growth of this community in numbers, in influence, and power all over the world, from South Korea, where there are millions of these evangelicals, to Latin America, which was a Catholic continent until 10, 15 years ago. Today, in most of the countries, 30% or so are evangelical. Evangelical Christians, which is, so to speak, my specialty. I started the first conference with evangelicals ever in the world 35 years ago. Evangelicals believe in the scriptures, in the Bible, very seriously, and often very literally. And what I saw on the horizon 35 years ago is the potential of raising support for Israel and Jewish people in need from this community. I just had a meeting with the Prime Minister, and he was asking me about how we're doing, because we give a lot of money to government, etc. And he asked me, what is our average gift? And I said, $87. He said, how many gifts over 200,000 do you have? I said, 0.
Oh, interesting.
How many gifts between 100,000 and 200,000? A handful. So what we have focused on is providing anyone who wants to take part in this developing Zionist survival of Israel and the Jewish people. We've given them a vehicle to do so. A Jew should feel that they are a part of the Jewish peoplehood and of the Jewish community by contributing $25 or $25 million to that community. That's why I'm so thrilled to be able to come to Tampa for this kickoff, not just to talk about bridge building, and there will be some Christians that I have invited to participate. Christians have their own vehicle now through our group, through the fellowship, and then we disperse it to those same Jewish causes that federations give to. But I think it's instructive that the people who are giving to us are people who are giving, as they put it, sacrificially. They're giving up vacations. They're giving up buying a new car. They're struggling, they're giving 10% of their meager Social Security check in order to help Jews in need. The message for the Jewish community is, if Christians can be giving sacrificially, kids, it's going to be Christmas soon. We have thousands, maybe tens of thousands of children who say, instead of my gift this year for Christmas, please give the money to help a Jew in need. Please help to feed this one, etc. We learn a lesson in both ways in the Jewish community to give more than we're giving now. We can afford it. With all the difficulties, we're the wealthiest Jewish community in the history of the world. It should speak to us that by giving to the Federation, we are helping that old lady sitting on a fourth floor tenement in Kiev or Zhytomyr or wherever it is, who needs food and a blanket and medicine, etc. And secondly, we can learn the lesson better that by contributing to Federation, we are making a statement to ourselves, to our families, to our children, and obviously to the people we are helping, that we are standing with the Jewish community as part of the Jewish community in these difficult times and doing whatever it is that we can to help Jewish people in need. And that's the message that I hope to bring.
Thank you so much, Rabbi. Rabbi Eckstein has hiked through Ethiopia and Siberia in search of vulnerable Jews, advised prime ministers in Jerusalem, and met with evangelical Republicans at the White House. And he will be with us on November 17th to speak about his passions and his priorities. I'm Iris Ruth Pastor, a contributor to Let My People Know, which is an outreach and engagement initiative.